Hey, what's going on, guys? We're back for
Yo.
episode 3.
Yeah, we are.
Episode 3,
Episode
man.
3, boys.
Yeah, literally, honestly, this entire week, sorry for the, once I want to give a head, I want to apologize for not posting, for us not posting on our usual Monday, because last week I had family over. And I kind of want to. I haven't seen them in like a couple of years or so, like maybe 8 to 10 years, and I kind of wanted to like spend some time with them and do some family stuff. So I'm like, hey man, I texted Devin. I was like, yo, so my family's in town. Last minute, they surprised us.
Rightfully so. They come first.
Yeah,
Free.
man. Yeah, man.
Free. They come first.
Family comes first. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way.
Damn. Yeah.
But yeah, besides that, so our what Devin and I we worked out. So we're switching the record days from Thursdays. I don't know if you guys knew that. Mm-hmm. So we're switching it from Wednesday, and then we're gonna do Friday releases, like around 2-3 p.m. on Fridays or something like that. Yeah, so that gives me like the rest of Thursday, the rest of Wednesday and Thursday to edit the podcast, and then upload it Thursday night, have it ready for Friday, and yeah.
And regardless, like, just look out for one of these every week, and we really appreciate it. One, if you're actually listening to like the whole thing, that's huge. Two, if you like spread it around a bit, because again, like, anybody that's watching this, we want to interact with you guys. Like, and actually, after this podcast, we're looking to have guests on, and
No, yeah, definitely. Because, we have a lot to say, but also there are close friends of ours that also have things to say and things that they want to share. And, they've brought it to our attention. It's like, hey, man, I really want to talk about X subject, and it could be about anything. I'm like, yeah, dude, for sure, but first of all, let Devin and we establish our chemistry, see if we can work well together. And definitely, I mean, hey, we're in episode 3, right? It's a hat trick.
Hey, boy.
Hey, man.
Let's go.
We're episode 3. And, so I kind of want to, get a feel for one another, and so we can have guests and treat them to the utmost attention.
Yeah.
So
I guess beyond that, we got our full first official name figured out. Because Real Talk was kind of like a working name,
And everyone uses Real Talk.
Yeah, it was so hard to look up. I had to look up Real Talk Krebs Tea Legend just to find it. Mm-hmm. So what we're changing the name to is the RC Podcast.
Yes, sir, the RC Podcast. And for those that don't know what RC means, it's the Real Conversations Podcast.
Yep. That's what this is going to be all about. And so this is the RC Podcast 3.
Yeah, RC Podcast 3. So hopefully you guys like the name. And as Devin said, make sure you share. Mm-hmm. And we both appreciate that. If, you've shared it amongst your friends, spread the knowledge, spread the message that we're trying to do.
Yeah. And so, I guess over the last week, what did you get going on? Since you said you spent a lot of time with family, didn't you go to a game or something? Or
also, and including to the podcast outline. So one of the things that we're going to try to implement into the podcast is weekly roundups, stuff that we did during the week. I mean, this past week.
Yeah.
So I had family over. They came on Tuesday night, and then we my cousin and we went to a game to Houston Dash and Utah Raiders. I forget the name of the soccer team.
Mm-hmm.
soccer game over there in the UBBVA Compass Stadium in downtown. It was pretty badass, you know.
Dude,
like yeah, like Houston's soccer, women's soccer is pretty tight. It's pretty strong overall.
I bet.
Yeah, it was a really entertaining. It was a really entertaining match. And then after that, before that, we went to one of my favorite breweries here in Houston. I have to take him to a brewery.
Oh yeah.
I have to take him to a brewery.
There you
man.
go.
I have to take him to a brewery. We went to Buffalo Bayou Brewery. If you guys haven't gone, I would definitely recommend that place. It's one of the most creative breweries here in Houston.
Yeah.
And they're doing some waves in Texas. And then after that, Saturday, it was my first photo shoot on a yacht.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. So the origin behind that is I had a client or some random client email me asking if how much do I charge for a photo shoot. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm mostly a video guy, but you know, I can do photography. I mean,
Yeah.
I've dabbled in it before.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, great, because he looked me up via Instagram. He's like, yeah, I was looking through your Instagram and I saw that you're a huge Luis Miguel fan. And for those who don't know, Luis Miguel is this world-renowned, like famous, Mexican singer with a really talented voice. Yeah, he saw that you're a mutual fan, and he said that he's my idol. And I kind of want to have a photo shoot, you know, inspired of him, you know.
Yeah.
You know, who wouldn't want to be Luis Miguel? Who wouldn't want to capture that essence? So, yeah, and I told him, yeah, I'll definitely do it. I dig this project. I know the source material. Like, let's fucking do it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's meet up and schedule it.
Yeah.
So we met up, and the reason why he wanted to do this photo shoot is because he was renting a yacht the next weekend last weekend prior, and to capture this iconic picture that he has. So I was, you know what, fuck it, you know, I'm gonna do it. Like, I've never done a photo shoot for a random person, and it's gonna be kind of one of the first photo shoots that I charge, like that I'm actually gonna get paid doing it. So, all right, dude, let's do it.
There you go, man. Like, just random opportunities like that will come up, and it's awesome. You gotta seize them.
Yes,
gotta
sir,
seize
dude.
them.
Yes, sir. Because you never know what the outcome's gonna be of if you don't take them. So yeah, and we went on a yacht 1 week later, and it was an experience, man. Like, being out on the water and doing photography is something that's, you know, kind of in the same element that I do, but it's still out of my element at the same time. And it was like, fuck, you know, like, I experimented with different lenses that I have, and I shot at different angles. And my friend John and I, we came up with like different poses that he should do and stuff like that. And overall, dude, the photo shoot went like beautifully smooth. And yeah, man, he and I, we left like with a surreal experience. We're like, dude, we were on a yacht doing something that we enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And
getting paid for it.
And I was like, okay, things are looking up, you know?
Yeah, eyes emoji.
Eye emojis, dude. Eye emojis. And yeah, man, it was great. It was a great feeling. It was a great feeling.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
And then after that, we were there. Oh yeah, we were there from 3 p.m. to 11:30 p.m. So we were there the whole evening on Saturday. And yeah, and then Sunday was just regular day with my family, and that's pretty much it. What about you, man? How was your week?
Well, my life has kind of been an anime like the last 2 years. Like, whether I like it or not, just random stuff will happen to me, and it's like, okay, your life wasn't an anime for a week. Here's a car accident you have to deal with. Like, okay. Like, so anyway, I talked about car accidents a lot in the last podcast, and I had to start the car shopping process. So, like, a quick summary, because I want to talk about that more later. I got, like, last Thursday, I got a 2009 Toyota Corolla with 34,000 miles. Amazing deal. I got a great deal on it, and I'm gonna drive that thing. So people say like you can drive cars like that to the moon because it's 250,000 miles roughly or so to get to the moon,
right.
And that's how long cars like that can last. 250,000 miles. So that's how far I plan on taking this car, dude. Like, I have a really close friend, Ozzy, that not only helped me with the car shopping process, but knows a lot about cars.
Really?
Yes. He was a mechanic for like a year, and then
I didn't know that.
He was like a shift lead at a like a mechanic shop.
Right.
Yeah. And anyway, he was like, you know, the highest ranking person there sometimes for shifts. So anyway, yeah, with that in mind, like he's helping me not only like keep up my car because he has his own life going on, but helping me learn about cars myself so that I can, one, get the oil changed like every damn time, and two, like, you know, get the battery switch at X miles, or just there's so many like little nuanced things that you have to check with cars. So yeah, I'm gonna do that with this car. And anyway, my last week I turned 24 last
Congratulations,
Thursday.
man.
Thanks.
I'm sorry I couldn't be there, man.
Oh, yeah, nah. So, yeah, as Josh knows, I put together a party for it, right? Mm-hmm. And one of my roommates was like, because I was like, oh yeah, for beer pong, I'm probably gonna get like 15 teams, because I was doing a beer pong tournament. Okay. So he was like, you're kind of overshooting it there. And I was like, no, you don't know who I am. You don't know who I am. I got into tournament hosting because I threw the best parties growing up. So, one, I'm amazing day of with parties, but two, I'm really good at networking people and making sure people have rides and everything. So I knew I had a really good, strong idea of how many people were coming. And guess what? 19 teams.
Let's go, dude.
19 teams.
Fuck, dude. Here in this house?
Yes, 38 people entered, and then there's probably at least 50 total people in this house. At least, so the party was popping, dude. The party was popping. It was live. Oh my goodness. And people are like, what's the next one? And I'm like, whoa. You know, I mean, I guess I could do something similar.
One day at a time.
Well, yeah. I mean, I could do something similar for like a friend's birthday, though.
Yeah.
Like if, and
dude, you're like the ultimate hype man, dude. You're the ultimate fucking hype man. I thought I was a hype man. You're more of a hype man than me, bro. Like,
dude,
what the fuck?
And it's so weird because I grew up being like the quiet kid that played RPGs all day, but I kind of like developed into this. Life is crazy.
Life takes you so many places, man.
Yeah, but someone like brought an interesting idea up to me. Like, what if I went to a brewery and threw the idea of them like, hey, I'll run a beer pong tourney for you guys, plan it, put the event page, market it, and run bracket. You pay me X amount, I list my thing, and that is straight up something I could do.
I'm down.
Dude, that sounds like an amazing idea, right? A beer pong tourney? Like, say people pay, because you gotta factor in the beer itself. Come on. Say people pay $20 to enter, right? And you are clear cut about, like, you say, just to throw out a number, half of that goes into the pot, you know? So 10 a person, even if let's say there's 20 teams, so that's a pot of $400 total. So you could do like a top 3 payout, because you have to factor in, it's basically 200 per player essentially, but then you can do like a top 3 payout of like 120 to each person that places first.
Oh fuck.
50 to each person that places second, and then like $30 to each person that places third. Just an example to throw out there. And I love how I just literally came up with those numbers on the spot. Like, but anyway. So yeah, with that party, the beer pong tourney, that was my last week in the nutshell. And you know what I really want to get to, Josh, is the questions we got asked.
Yeah, right. So for those who don't know, last week we at the beginning and at the end of the second episode of the podcast, we announced that we're gonna have an AMA For those who participated, they commented down on the comment section of YouTube, and surprisingly, we got some questions.
Yeah, we really did.
Do you have that up?
Yeah, I just have it pulled up. So, let's see. First question that I'll read here from That Dorky Taco. I just got in a car accident. Someone hit me from behind. My car is kind of wrecked from the back. I don't have insurance, and I'm not sure what to do. Well, hindsight being 2020, man. Everyone, if you're listening to this and you're driving without insurance, please get it.
It's essential, dude.
Even
insurance.
Yes, it's actually illegal to drive without insurance too.
And if you could afford it, get full coverage.
Yeah.
Get full coverage, because if you just get liability and you're like, all right, dude, I'm set. I only have the bare minimum. Mm-hmm. But what if your car gets in like this huge accident, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's close to the point where it's undrivable, mm-hmm. but it's going to cost you thousands of dollars to get it fixed. Well, the reason why you get full coverage is because you pay that 500 or whatever X amount of money deductible that your insurance has, and you don't have to pay those thousands of dollars to get that car fixed, dude. It's
or
broken.
The other person's car,
or the other person's car. Exactly.
Yeah, you have to keep that in mind the whole time, and it's just, there are even some like money shouldn't be the excuse either, because there are small insurance companies. Like, I understand people's situations could be especially rough, but you could get like a little coverage going that would be like $70 a month. But the full coverage, like you were talking about, that's more around like the $250. Like people our age,
right.
It's more like $250 a month, ish.
It depends.
Of course, it all depends. Also, zip code is a factor. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, my mom was telling me, man, she dropped the knowledge bomb on me of, if a zip code is known for having more accidents and you live in a specific zip code like that,
you're gonna get higher insurance
rate. Yeah, insurance rate. Yeah.
What's the rate here in ours?
This zip code that we're talking in right now is low-key a bad zip.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's actually a bad zip code. There are generally more accidents here. Because I moved here from my mom's, insurance is like slightly higher for me.
Really?
Yes. That extra bit.
That's broke.
Yeah, that's something that's like low-key. Like, the insurance company won't even say it. But they'll just like randomly like raise it, and you're like, I know what this is.
They want to help you, but it's a business too.
Of course.
It's a business too.
And it's smart of them.
Of course.
It's literally a smart business decision, so I can't throw flack on them for that.
No.
But yeah. So to get back to the question, that dorky taco doesn't have insurance. Not sure what to do. I mean, we just talked about hindsight, but
what you can do is go to like I hate to say it, like go to like a really like old school shacky kind of like repair shop, and they give you a cheap rate, but you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
But also what the surprising thing is that they give you payment options. So whenever I was driving my Scion TC, I had to fix the front bumper, because it was falling off on my way to a I think Comic Palooza or some shit.
Yeah.
And I had I didn't want to pay like the extra money to like to go to like a professional like place to go get it, or get my insurance to claim it and like pay $500.
Yeah.
I just went to a Hispanic car shop that one of my mutual family members knew. Mutual family friends. Yeah, friends knew. And went to them. They gave me the quote and told me, hey man, you can pay in like 2-3 months. Just pay us every 2 to 4 weeks, and pretty much it's done. Like, it's done skis.
And Josh, And again, my mom like dropping knowledge bombs on me over the last week. It's awesome. A big thing that you can do too, if you don't happen to find someone that can work out a payment plan structure like that, the fact that you have a car, I'm going to assume you have a debit account, you know, a checking account.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wood Forest Bank, Chase, Wells Fargo, whatever. I'm assuming you have a checking account, right? That bank you bank with, you can get a loan. And banks generally will work with you. Like, okay, I need a $1,500 loan. Like, you go and you get quoted by like a car, you know, repair place.
Mm-hmm.
You get quoted, print it out, bring it to your bank, and say, hey, like, I'm looking to do XYZ. I've been banking with you guys for, let's say, a year. Like, you already have that like rapport with your bank going, so they're more inclined to work with you, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely something like, and beyond that, that's what my mom did to like double down and get a solid down payment on a house, dude. Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, like you can do, like, banks, their interest rates are actually like pretty solid.
Pretty reasonable.
Yeah, pretty reasonable, because again, like they're getting business from you with the account. Yeah, the little thing. They're getting business from you already with the account, and like, if anything, them working out that loan with you just like increases your loyalty with them. So like, they think long term, so they're not going to screw you over with an interest rate like a random building that says cash loans 24-hour. Like,
yeah.
A place like that, dude, like that, those are shady, man.
Yeah, dude, fuck those places.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even know that. Wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, and this is stuff that I barely learned over the last week too. Like,
Damn, dude.
Yeah, get a loan from your bank sometimes. Like, in a clutch time like that.
I'd rather get it on like a credit union, because like usually credit unions,
Oh,
like
yeah.
they accept you like on the spot.
Yeah. Credit unions are really good. Yeah.
That's dope. I'll probably do that next time. Like, I need like pay off, like, or not pay off, or whenever something like severe happens, you know, some kind of car damage or fuck, I don't know what to think. I think I can only apply car damage to like something so big.
Yeah. Or like, say if your family and your house, you need to get like your AC replaced, that will set you back like, I think, $1,800, like, depending, you know. Or if you need to get your roof replaced, ooh, that could be like $5,000. So you never know, like, life will just throw these things up on you and your family could not be ready. And then it's like, just keep stuff that you learn in this podcast in mind, you know.
I'm definitely learning right now, dude.
Yeah. So, but yeah, awesome question, that dorky taco. I really hope things work out for you, man. And I'm gonna move on to the next question here.
Yeah, man.
So a bit of a story from Wang Chung. Recently got out of a horrible breakup that has left me scarred, and I find it hard to be able to trust anyone on such a romantic level at the moment. I'm ready to get over my ex, and I'm starting to feel nothing romantic towards her. What steps should I take to heal myself from my thoughts of having the same problems as my last relationship, and when do you think it's best to start searching again? So I'm going to touch on this briefly and then get your take on it, all right, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
So I recently got out of a very, long multi-year relationship, and my best advice, like, as far as what to do after any breakup, is focus on yourself. Like, work on your goals, your direction. Where do you want to be in 5 years? Envision that, and where do you not want to be in 5 years, and avoid the things that would lead you there, like, watching anime all the time and procrastinating.
Do something productive.
Yeah. I love anime, but anyway. And just work on yourself, and the best time to start searching again, I would say, is when you're more comfortable with yourself. Like, a good time to start searching again is when you don't feel like you would be dating someone as a crutch, because the thing that isn't really talked about or spoken of about relationships is you don't necessarily get into a relationship solely for happiness. You get into it because you're stronger if there are two people rowing the boat, it's a stronger foundation overall. And of course the whole family aspect with kids eventually and all that. But like a lot of the time you actually won't be happier in certain relationships, but that's kind of how they work. There is chaos involved with them. But I mean, what do you think about like when to start searching again and stuff?
Well, it's really hard for me to relate because I've been in a relationship for close to 8 years now.
Oh, damn.
Well, yeah. So, but of course, I mean, it's not a perfect relationship. We've had, our breaks here and then, and our faults, and stuff like that. But relationship, it's a I don't want to say job, but it's more of a commitment.
Yeah.
But besides that, but I understand where he's coming from, though.
Yeah.
I understand.
It hurts.
And it does. And yeah, I agree with you. Like, I feel like you should start whenever you feel at peace with yourself, where you think, you know what? I think I have my shit together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna,
Put myself out there.
Put myself out there and see, what comes in.
Yeah.
What if the next person I meet, is the person I'm gonna be with for the rest of my life, then hey, more power to you. But
Yeah.
I feel like you should start out whenever you feel, when you're ready and when you feel confident, or whenever you feel that sense of like accomplishment within you, like for when you first establish, like after the initial breakup, and when that's whenever the healing process starts. And you set up these small goals, like you, right? Like you said, like watch anime for like a couple, like go back to watching anime,
but balance it.
Balance it.
Yeah.
Keep for me, like go to the gym or some shit, But grab me one too, please. That's fine. A water then. Hey, let's go. But yeah, once you establish those goals for yourself and you've achieved them, and once you keep on setting small goals, and you feel that, once again, that sense of accomplishment, then I feel like that's whenever you're ready to start. Whenever thank you, my good sir. No, oh wait, it's good. All right, so funny thing is, all right, so my laptop does this stupid thing. So like the battery's totally fucking like jank, and it relies on the power source.
That was scary.
Yeah,
we almost died.
Yeah. So it relies on the power source, and if you wiggle it or if you fucking move it slightly, like the laptop shuts off. But luckily we're saved, dude. We're
oh my
fucking
goodness.
saved.
Of all the ways for me to randomly drop the can too.
On the charger. But yeah, anyways, going back to his question. But yeah, whenever you feel at peace with yourself and you've accomplished the goals that you wanted to accomplish, that's whenever you should start looking to include someone else in your life. And share your life with that kind of person.
Because if you're literally looking for happiness out of them, and you're gonna end up like using them as a crutch, and you might be obsessive, and just look at like yourself on the other side. Like you probably wouldn't even want that, At least like in the mid-20s and up dating world, from what I've gathered, is that like you want to date someone well put together, you know? Like, so just put yourself together more and more every day, which no matter who you are, you can do. No matter who you are, there's room for improvement.
Definitely. And I hope the process comes sooner for you, man. So we're rooting for you, man.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, and lastly, we have a question. By the way, this podcast is recorded in front of a live studio audience.
Technically,
we have. And this question comes from our audience, and he asked, "So, what was the origin of our tags? In the Smash scene?" So I'm gonna go ahead for you to start. Your story is more entertaining than mine.
Okay, mine's like entertaining but also dark. So Uh, Krebs T Legend, you know, that's my tag, and it just started because way back when, I think like late middle school, early high school, I wanted to make a, you know, Xbox Live account, my own gamer tag. Like I used my older brothers for a few years. Then like I was, you know, gonna be my own person. So at the time I played Yu-Gi-Oh, and I really liked the card Krebins, Krebons, and like Krebins, you know, it was really cool. So I set that as my tag. But then people were lazy, like especially my friend Sharik, the Great Shake online. He would just say Krebs, you know, and it caught on. Everyone said Krebs, and I had a friend at the time that I looked up to that had his Xbox Live gamer tag as Jaime T Legend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, you know what? I really like that. And he did T because, you know, 12 characters, and it lined up perfectly. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to change this to Krebs T Legend. And the reason why, like, because even back then, I didn't take it that serious. You know, it was just like a thing online. You know, we played Call of Duty, like MW1 and 2. But what made it serious and made it a nickname that I will actually stick with for the rest of my life is the fact that my friend, Eric Levine, called me Krebs. He was the first guy to call me Krebs in person, like in high school, and like shout across the hall, Krebs, and then like it would take me a sec, and then I'd turn around, you know, yeah, and yeah, he was the first person to ever call me Krebs, and it actually started to catch on, you know, as like an actual nickname, and then unfortunately, about a year after he started calling me that, he passed away. So
Damn.
I keep the tag as a homage to him, like to always remember him, you know, and I keep his name near and dear in my heart because he was a great guy, and you just never know what other people are going through. So like, anyway, be supportive of your friends and you know, appreciate loved ones around you.
Yeah.
But that's
the origin.
That's the origin. That's my smash tag. That's my nickname now. People call me Krebs, and I even, like, you know, turned it into a meme. The legend.
The legend.
The legend never dies.
It doesn't.
And so, yes, sir, that's me. What about young 1PC?
Oh fuck.
1PC.
Man, One Piece is so fucking embarrassing. All right, so the origin of One PC dates back in high school. And One PC is actually an inside joke that me and my friends have, or the friends that I had at the time.
Oh, you don't talk to him anymore?
I'm still friends with one of them, and the other one, I mean, he went off to do his own thing, like college and stuff like that, and he's a different person now. But you know, whatever. Besides that, yeah. So like, we would call each. All right. So one PC means one pump chump.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, like.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it was. It's an inside joke that used to get tossed around from time to time between us three, and usually, like, it's basically you get called that when you don't do like this drastic thing, like it basically, it was like the penalty of like a truth or dare, but it was always a dare, right?
Like roasting him. You're a one pump chump. You're one PC.
Yeah, stuff like that. And how I got to be called one PC at the time was, I mean, in high school I wasn't really that confident, and my friend that went off to go do his own thing dared me to go talk to like to one of the popular chicks in high school, and I couldn't do it because, you know,
nerves, dude.
Yeah,
especially back then. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, dude. So yeah, I got called one PC for like a short amount of time, and then my first tournament that I went to, I had a different tag. It was like something dumb, and no, Yoch. but the TO called it Yosh or some shit. I was like, you know what? I don't know. So I just said, hey, it was One PC meant to be a temporary tag, but it stuck for like the rest of like Smash 4. So yeah,
meme.
Yeah, so yeah, One PC is One Pump Joe. Yeah,
Dang,
but yeah, I'm glad I could lighten up the mood though.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, that's the origin of One PC.
One PC.
So I hope our audience member is happy with his answers.
Yeah, he's got him. So,
but yeah, so moving on to our topics, man.
Ooh,
yeah,
so something huge, that encompasses all of life is priorities.
Sure.
And you know what? Like, I have, like I said, it encompasses all of life. Like we could go on and on about it all day because priorities, man, so important. But you know what? How do you feel, like, Josh? Like, to start us off about priorities, like, I'm sure you've had like some really intense like situations where you've had to like shift your priorities.
Yes, sir.
Stuff.
Yes, sir. So I'll give an example. So priorities is something that I try to stick by. I try to balance my life as much as possible. I'm usually busy with so many projects, like photo stuff, video stuff, this podcast, hanging out with friends, projects, activities per se, hanging out with friends, maintaining a relationship, going to work, going to the gym, going to see movies that I'm intrigued to go see.
It's how you become well-rounded too.
Yeah, playing games.
You got to do that.
Family time and stuff like that. You know, it's a lot to handle. And I know myself, when I get interested in something, I try to go like 100% or beyond the effort to be good at that thing. So I'd say I'll take Smash for example, right? I started going to these tournaments. I started interacting with with the rest of the community, and then that's all I could think about. That's all I could. That's all I wanted to do. I would take Smash as a priority, and put the other things aside. I was spending less time with my girlfriend, less time with my family, less time with my friends.
And well, by Smash you mean like not only Smash and like the community and all the friends and everything, but you also mean your projects in it, right? That's a huge thing.
And also, I was gonna get to that.
Yeah.
And being lost into that, not being lost. Well, making that my priority, I started establishing other priorities within that priority. I developed a love for film and and video stuff. And that's when HSN, Houston Smash Network, came about. I met Johnny through the Smash community.
Oh, okay.
And he and I, we had similar interests and similar ideas of like video content. And then we struck out and we started doing we interviewed a bunch of different members from the community.
Yeah.
And I started making that my priority. Like instead of making Smash the priority, it was HSN the priority. And then I was losing like priorities of things that actually mattered. It's fun, right? Smash is fun, doing videos is fun, but and honestly, from my opinion, it doesn't really matter that much. It's a hobby.
Yeah, it is.
And I lost strain of things that really important. I lost time that I could have bonded with my family. I lost time that I could have done special activities with my girlfriend. I lost time spending times with friends, either being, friends that I just met and that I could have,
Developed a friendship with.
Exactly, develop a friendship with, or try to maintain that relationship with older friends that I have, friends that that date back from high school and
that is
elementary
very
school.
important, by the way.
Exactly.
Those are the people that have seen you through different phases in life. That is so important.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And I lost sight of that. And then one day, I think I said in the podcast, like I think on the episode 1, I was at work and I was like, you know what, like I'm getting fat. I don't like that. I'm throwing away the gym. And also the gym, I'd be in the gym for like 30 to 45 minutes so I can catch to go to WAG or go to a KSL whenever KSL was going on, or go to a Go during the week. And, I would throw the gym away. Like I would half-ass it, go home, take a shower, and then go to a tournament. And I wasn't really, making
gains.
Time, not gains, but like making time for the things that that used to matter to me, the things that I think that matter to me, that most impact my life, either emotionally or physically. So man, like I think it's good to sort your priorities and know how much time you can develop, how much time you can put in X amount of things, and and balance, like maintain a balance of it. Like right now, I play Smash maybe one day out of a week.
And rightfully so.
Or twice a week. Sometimes when I'm hanging out with my friend Aman. And like I try to make a time for my girlfriend, time for family, time for while maintaining time for the video stuff that that I think that truly matters to me. But not being Smash, because I'm trying to minimize the time that I have within Smash, and trying to work on video projects that I'm passionate about, like the Luis Miguel photo shoot that happened last weekend. I kind of want to do that more often. I want to hit up like family members and friends and other people and like, hey man, I want to do a photo shoot of you, like, are you down? I want to do
weddings,
stuff like that. Exactly.
Baptisms,
yes, sir.
So many different things.
Yes, sir. And I want to make that my priority. And it's just different shifts where I can balance life and be at peace and be good with myself. And man, that's what I think. Priorities are important to our lives. We should sort them out, and if you think something is significant, double think. Think twice about that. Like, does it impact you emotionally? Does it help you physically? Does it help you mentally? Does it help you
grow as a person?
Grow as a person.
Yes,
precisely. You have to think about the things or the activities that you're doing, and see if you're being productive at all. If you're going down the right path of life, being the person that you want to be in the future. And that's when I think that we should have our priorities set straight and take time for the things that matter in your life, the things that impact you, and just go on from there. Minimize the time that are less impactful, less important, and get to them when you can. And try to spend time with the things that you want to do.
Exactly. And priorities have been a huge thing for me to like think about and reorganize over the last few years, especially because I have a daughter now, so of course she's priority number one.
Of course, hands down.
Of course,
hands
easy,
down.
No competition.
No sir.
So priorities, man, like a good way to shift and organize your priorities is, like I was saying earlier, envision not only where you want to be in 5 years, but who you want to be in 5 years. Envision that, and what steps do you need to take to get there, and prioritize the steps that get you there in a better way. But also, and it's a whole thing with priorities too that you have to balance, is your relationship with your future self and your current self, because you have to live life. You have to live life. You can't be all priorities, all serious stuff all the time. You have to enjoy your life too.
Of course, there's leeway for freedom. I mean, I'm not saying that you know, be black and white and gray. You know,
of course,
but, like, you know, throw in you can be spontaneous at times.
Yeah,
but, you know,
like kick back and chill with the boys or something. You know,
within reason.
Yeah. As long as it's done in a well balanced way, to where you don't see it taking away from your priorities. Because, you know, when you envision where you want to be in 5 years, you know, someone listening to this might think, okay, you know, they're going to be progressing through college, or progressing through like a certain job, or, you know, maybe they're gunning for having a 9-to-5 job within 5 years, you know, in their specific like desired field. But basically, like, you know, take the steps to get there. Take the steps to get there and prioritize them. For me, you know, of course, you know, priority number one, Jade. And with her being that priority, what also is a priority in conjunction with it is making money, you know? I'm making damn sure Jade has a college fund. I'm making damn sure that she is comfortable. And I am providing. So as a result, I become a fiend, dude. I become a hustler, man. And I fiend my 2 jobs like nobody's business, dude. And I think of ways to make more money. And I plan, and I, you know, think smart financially. I cut down like general costs and personal living expenses in healthy ways, of course. Like just getting fast food less. That saves you a lot of money.
It really does.
Of course. So anyway, back to priorities. You know, once you envision where you want to be in 5 years, like, write it down if you have to. Like, just conceptualize it and think about that damn near every day. It's so important. So important.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. It really is. So yeah, pretty much, you know, organize your priorities, see what benefits you, and also have fun.
Yeah.
Live life.
Mm-hmm.
Live life.
Yeah.
So moving on, you know, what's next on the docket, man?
So something that I feel like we all take for granted is health. You know, people.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, like, oh man. Well, first off, Josh, let me ask you, are you able to breathe through both nostrils right now?
I'm kind of stuffy.
Kind of?
Yeah.
Well, for anyone listening, anyone with a stuffy nose, like, especially if they can only breathe through one even, or can't breathe through both nostrils, you're going to be thinking, like, man, I remember the good old days when I could breathe through my nose easily.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you can breathe through your nose easily right now, appreciate it.
Yeah, dude.
Appreciate it. Like,
It's a small win.
yeah, it's a small win. Like, you know, that, and that little, like, feeling of being, of, you know, feeling a little good about yourself, like, that, you know, makes life a little bit better. So, appreciate health, because last week, man, I got sick. And it was bad. Like, I felt like I was gonna die, dude.
Oh, yeah. I remember you telling me this shit.
I got sick on my birthday,
dude,
man.
That sucks.
Like, I was working, and I was driving around for my job, basically, and I had to stop. I pulled into a Walmart, and, like, I thought I was car sick, you know? Like, I thought it was from driving my new car. I thought, you know, because I used to get car sick a lot as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, my mom would, like, on a road trip, my mom would have to pull over just so I could run out and throw up.
Jesus Christ.
And or keep a bag in the car in case we wouldn't make it. Yeah.
Wow.
And, oh man, so I thought it was motion sickness. So I got that, took it, and I ended up, like, you know, I put the medicine in my car, and then I was like, wait, I don't feel right at all.
Mhm.
I went to the restroom and ended up throwing up multiple times. Like, it was bad, dude. And that's when I was like, okay, this is more serious than that. This is more serious than that. I have something like a stomach virus, food poisoning, or some kind of like something. So I got Pepto-Bismol and took that, you know, because that helps, like, in general with just upset stomach.
It's a quick fix.
Yeah, you know. Then, like, I got back to my car and I was like, well, no, I still don't feel right. And my friend recommended soda, so I walked to a nearby Whataburger, just got a large drink. I was like, that's all I want, man.
Was it a Coke?
Yeah, I mean, I like, you know, you can pick, so I got a Coke first. And I ended up...
Usually, like, a lot of people, like, remedies is like, yeah, just drink a Coke, you'll be fine.
I guess. Anyway, so I started sipping on the Coke, and I realized, nope, part 2. So I set it at the front counter. I looked at the cashier. I'll be right back. Went to the restroom. Stall was taken. I had to throw up in the sink, man. I had to throw up in the sink.
That's not a pretty sight.
It's not, but, you know, there was like a cowboy-looking guy. I think he worked construction. He was like, hey, man, one of those days. I was like, yeah. And he was like, just don't throw up on my boots. he laughed it off real quick. He seemed like a cool guy.
Nice.
Yeah. And, you know, I washed it down in the sink. Paper towels, just kind of wiped it all down. And a bit later, when I was sitting, you know, drinking on a Sprite, because I got a refill, the manager was like talking to employees, and I just happened to overhear, like, oh yeah, the guy like cleaned up after himself, you know, it was really nice. And like, I go up there and I was like, hey, and he was like, oh yeah, it was you. And I was like, hey man, you know, we got to be responsible, clean up after ourselves. Like, dude. But anyway, moral of the story is take care of yourself, because like I was working and I had to stop everything. Like I had to stop everything just because of that. I didn't get any more work done that day. I had to call in to my other job, like, and it was my birthday too. You think I wanted to be sick on my birthday? But anyway, just appreciate your health. It's so important, and you only truly appreciate it when it's gone, you know, when you're sick. So.
Yeah.
That's.
But,
I mean, how do you feel about, like, you know, like, when's the last time you've gotten sick?
I normally don't get sick often.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, I don't get sick often, but when I do, it's super bad. It's like really bad. I'm like dying, dude.
Oh no.
Yeah, man. And but last time I got sick was around. Yo, audience member. When was that last tournament that I was gonna go to, but I was like really sick?
It's probably a few months ago.
Yeah. Which one was it? You remember? You don't remember?
So let's say like 8 months ago or so.
Yeah, something around there.
Yeah.
It was like some big event.
Okay.
I think it was Super SFC. Like.
Oh, that was December. That was 5 months ago.
Yeah. So it was around that time, and I couldn't get up.
Oh no.
I couldn't get up. I had my hand. So like he called me up and he was like, "Hey man, I just calling to let you know that, you know, the tournament got canceled or it might move to like somewhere else.
Yeah.
But yeah, just don't come." And I'm like, oh. with my fucking hand on my forehead. I don't know, like I wasn't doing it on purpose.
Wait, it was in person he saw you? Like...
No, FaceTime.
Oh.
Yeah, we FaceTime me. Yeah. Yeah.
Don't get the dog sick. Come on.
Yeah, I had my
Come
dog.
on.
I had my dog right next to me, and I was like, dude, thank you. I was gonna go, but I'm just fucking sick. You know, dude, like I'm dead. Mm-hmm. But I could have easily prevented that and be sick for a few days if I have a thing. So I hate cough medicine. I hate cough syrup.
Mm.
Like I cringe whenever I see it. I get goosebumps whenever I smell it. It's just I never liked it as a kid. I don't know.
Everyone has their quirks, man.
I
It's
don't
fine.
get how the fuck people love it. Like people, I see fucking people.
They
just
eat it like candy.
Yeah, they just like take a fucking like sip, literally like that. It's like I don't see how people can get it, and I'm just really stubborn about not taking it, and just roughing through it.
Yeah, manning through it.
Pretty much, dude, because like I do that most of the time whenever I get sick. I just man through it, and I'm pretty sure most people do that.
Yeah.
You know, man, fuck medicine. You know, that's for babies. You know, but that's fucking important, man.
It is.
And
it's
like
so important.
when I while I was sick, you know, I was sick for a couple weeks, and it wasn't going away until I started taking cough medicine and antibiotics. And I was like, oh man, I feel better now. And
Yeah.
dude, just take care of yourself.
Please.
Take that medicine, dude.
Yeah.
Just, you know, if you're just like me, if you're like me, hate cough medicine, hate cough syrup, you know, just take the L, man, and just like take it, because that shit fucking helps.
Yeah, it really does.
It does, man.
Yeah, and I mean, like, same stuff with allergies. I know a lot of people that just kind of deal with allergies, but
Dude, I have
just
a friend.
take a Claritin, please. Like,
Yeah, dude.
it clears you up instantly. Or not even a Claritin. Like, there's Wallatin, there's off-brand versions of it. There's, like, I think Benadryl, that's a allergy one. Yeah. And like, there's, just take it. It's literally there to help you. Oh, and go ahead. You were about to say something?
Yeah. I was just quick. I have a friend that has super bad allergies, and he takes a Claritin or a Benadryl. He's tip top shape, like in a couple hours.
Yeah.
It's insane. Take care of yourself.
Yes.
Take that medicine.
And beyond that, sickness goes beyond just physical sickness, man. People deal with mental imbalances. There is literally such thing as, chemical imbalances with mental health and sickness. And I really had it framed in the perfect way that opened my eyes the other day by this psychologist that treated people in therapy for 20 years, right? This is the guy that helped put people together that were dealing with depression, suicidal thoughts, like alcoholism, all that. He's the guy that helped put people together. And anyway, the way he put it is, if you have diabetes, of course you're going to take your insulin every week. Of course. So if you have depression, why wouldn't you take an antidepressant? Why wouldn't you want to fix your chemical imbalance? Do it. Just do it. Because antidepressants I know at least anxiety medication also works on dogs.
Really?
Yes, dude. I have a family friend. They have a dog, and basically his brother, dog that lived with him, George, passed away at 16 years old, and the dog I'm talking about right now is about 11, and basically, he lost his best friend, his brother, and he was just not the same after losing him. But you know what? The family got him anxiety medication, and I saw him today. He's in tip-top shape. He is happy. He is back at it, and he is back to normal, man.
Always look for help, man. There's always places that are willing to help you with those kind of things.
Exactly.
Depression, anxiety. If you suffer from being bipolar, there's things to aid you with that. There's
Literally
things to help you with that.
Use these tools to your advantage. Use them to your advantage, right?
Yeah, man. Because if you don't take it, if you don't take those tools or use those tools or ask for any help or look for help,
get professional advice.
Or that or therapy. You lose who you used to be, or you lose sight of who you were, or you're not the same person.
It can engulf you. Like, the part about yourself that you hate the most will end up engulfing you unless you do your best to fight it. And why not grab a sword to fight it with? Why not grab a sword? why not?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Moral of this topic, you know, take care of yourself, look for help, and just use those tools. Use those tools because it'll help you physically, emotionally, and spiritually at the same time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, even back in the old days, Native Americans, cannabis was there.
Oh yeah.
You know. But hey, man, like that's thinking productively, because sometimes like things like that, or like we were saying, antidepressants, anxiety medication, that can be your sword to fight, you know, the dark part of yourself.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But going to our last topic. You know, you recently bought a car, right?
Yes, sir.
So I bought a car a couple of years ago too, back in November 2015, and I feel like I didn't negotiate the car process as well. You know, like I feel like I kind of settled with something.
Did you get it from a dealership?
Yeah, I got it at the dealership.
Did you do the no hassle price, or did you haggle it down?
I think I haggled it down, but you know, I wasn't sure. But yeah, so one of the topics is like you want to go through the car buying process.
Yeah.
You know, run it by us. I kind of want to compare what my experience was, and you know, if I do want to buy a new car, what things I can, you know, take from this and apply it to the next vehicle.
Yeah. So with my limited age of being 24 years old, I've now gone through the car shopping process twice. All right. Basically, my first car, you know, after I was working as a waiter for a little while, you know, and some other jobs, I wanted to get a new car, like just straight up a new car. So I went to a Hyundai dealership with my mom, and basically, dude, and it was low key, like an amazing, like haggling tactic. I was legit really hungry, dude. I was really hungry, and a car was listed, like I'm gonna use fake numbers. Say a car was listed at $15,000, right? We negotiated them down to $14,000, and I was like, okay, this sounds nice and all, but this is a huge decision, and I'm actually really hungry, so I'm gonna go and eat and think on this. And they're like, oh, okay, well here, take the car for the drive there, because they knew I would come back. And I was like, no, I'm good. I don't want to do that, because like I'm worried if I like crash it, you know. And they're like, no, don't worry, blah blah blah. And I was like, no, trust me, I'm just hungry, man. I want to go eat. Then they dropped the price even more. Oh, they were like, please don't leave. Please don't leave. So saying the 15K is the original number, they dropped it to like 13.5.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And then I was like, well, I'll keep that in mind, but we're still going to go eat because I'm actually hungry. And so we sat down, and the second, like, my mom and I sat down and, like, got our drinks, we were like, well, so we're doing that, by the way. Like, and my mom was like, that was actually kind of clever of you. I was like, no, I'm actually really just hungry. I swear. But that's what you have to be. You have to be disagreeable, you know? You can't just... Because the car salesmen, they're gonna act like they're your homies or whatever, and they might be.
Yeah, they're gonna put that facade on.
Yeah, and they might be, you know, because human nature, it's good for everyone to get along, but still, like, no, you have to haggle with them. And what do you lose by it? You know, you save a couple $100, like, off of just framing a conversation over an hour differently. Or even less than that. You could have just like a 30-minute conversation, and that 30 minutes, because you talk differently, you save hundreds of dollars in the long run. So literally do that, by the way, people. But more so over, and something I wish I was taught in high school, is there are websites that'll help you with the true value of cars. Okay? Like, there are third-party websites out there. One that I know of for sure is Kelley Blue Book.
Oh, yeah. I've used Kelley Blue Book when I was selling the other car, the Scion.
Yeah. That'll help you with the true value.
Yes.
You put in the year, the model, and the number of miles. It'll tell you the true number. And say a used car at a dealership is going for 7,000, right? Kelly Blue Book has it at 6,000 at that specific miles. Like, it's a used car.
And like usually like dealerships like to price match that shit too.
Really?
So like to compare deals, because like when I was selling the Scion, they were offering me like 2K, and I was like, no, dude, this car's worth like 3.5K. So they're like, yeah, you're right. So
Yeah, the Kelly Blue Book.
Yeah, they matched it with the Kelly Blue Book.
Yeah, that's tight, dude. Well, I'll tell you right now, like, at least from my experience on the buying end, they need to make their money. They need to make a little bit because the car is taking up space on the lot, you know? So they do have to make a bit, plus the car salesmen themselves. But generally, from my experience, like the no hassle price will be $1,000 to $2,000 above the Kelly Blue Book price, or other websites like Kelly Blue Book. So flex it, man. Flex it. Be like, I mean, you don't even have to say the Kelly Blue Book thing. You can just keep that in the back of your head. But say they're trying to sell you something for $8,000, you see a Kelly Blue Book is $7,000 on it. Be like, I don't really feel like getting this unless I could get it for $7,400. Worst they can say is no.
Of course.
Like, why not? Like,
you're right.
So just, flex it. Like, see, and stand your ground, stand firm. Go on a day where you're ready to take on a conversation like that, because that's important. And in general, guys, like, this is something they should have taught in high school.
Man.
This really is. Like, the car shopping process is so important. Like, I'm triggered. I'm triggered.
Dude, it fucking is. Because it's years of commitment, dude.
It is.
It's years of commitment. And also, like, that car is going to go with you through thick and thin of your life, dude. So you want to buy something that's going to fucking last you from the long term, dude. So yeah, that's important. You know what? I kind of want to like the bug has been biting me to get like a new car or something like that, and I kind of want to I don't know.
What, like a 2019?
Yeah, 2019, 17, something like that. Something more modern.
Yeah.
I'm driving 2016, and it's still modern, but it's the basic stuff. I kind of want to get something nice, and like the new Honda Civics, they look really nice, and I kind of want to get one, but the price is too expensive, so I want to see if I can haggle my way down.
Of course.
Yeah.
But even beyond that, though, and I didn't even think I would end up going here, but so the Unabomber had a book basically talking about how he avoided civilization because people work all the time, and for what? To hold down a car, to hold down a house, and they get expensive cars, they get expensive houses, and then for what? They end up miserable at work all the time. Like, so a way I've kind of framed my life, not like solely based on that, is that like I'll generally go for cheaper options on the bigger things because I don't want to be working more solely because of that.
Yeah.
Like, you literally strip some of your freedom by going for some of the more expensive options. So, I just kind of want to tell you to, tread carefully, basically. Like, sure, a car is nice, but you're just going to end up working more because of it. So
yes, sir.
Why put yourself through that, Yeah. Kind of.
Emoji.
Yeah, like that's one way of looking at it, basically.
Emoji.
Thinking emoji.
You know what? Like, I'm in between that one and the eye emojis for being my favorite emoji.
I really like the thinking one.
I'm more fond of the eyes one too, but I like the thinking emoji for some reason.
That's kind of a light topic to talk about. Like, dude, I really like the ghost emoji.
I never knew I was gonna use emojis in general.
I thought they were too basic.
Dude, I was super anti-emoji.
I was too.
Like, for a long time, like for years, and then like when I got an iPhone, it was like November 25th, 2016 when I got an iPhone, and I've started using emojis like a motherfucker, dude. I was like, Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
This is who I am now.
This is broken. I'm cringing at myself, but fuck it, everyone does it.
It's you know what's similar to that? Like little phrases that people will use ironically, like "oh, lit," you know, and then after enough time of using it ironically, you use it to actually describe things.
Yeah, dude.
Like, yeah, that party was pretty live, or like, you know.
And I find myself doing that too because I normally don't use the lingo that like people our age use, like lit or something like that.
Yeah.
And then like I was talking to a coworker, and I found myself like using that like more often. I was describing things as lit, and then. What's another one? Let's see.
So there's like lit, or I don't know. In my friend group, we had like on deck. Like, no, that was a very niche one, like an inside meme.
Yeah. Fire. Fire.
Like there's a lot in like the fighting game community, like bodied.
Dude, I
free.
use bodied. I use
Yeah,
bodied
like,
all the
I got
fucking
bodied.
time. I use bodied all the fucking time,
Yeah.
and it's like I use it around people that don't know FGC terminology, and they're like bodied.
Ooh, you know what? You know which one I love? Which one I love and that I've used, and like people have been like, "Whoa, you said that?" It's like salty.
Oh,
I love that one.
Yeah,
I love it because
salty.
I'll be like, oh, and butthurt.
Oh, no, I don't know. I don't use butthurt.
Like they stub their toe and their freaking butt hurt. Like you hear someone say that, you're like, wow, really?
Like how old are you?
yeah. But then once like it's a more of a normal thing, then it's like just another funny thing to say.
Or dude, let's go.
Oh, let's go,
dude.
No, that's a way of life.
Dude, let's go is a way of life.
That's a way of life.
Dude, like, let's go is fucking infectious as hell.
Yeah, dude, you yell "let's go," like people will get the vibe to
Because,
like "let's go."
Yeah, because like when I at my job, it's nothing but older people, and when I can, I'll talk to the younger people too, and like I'm hearing like I started the whole "let's go" craze over there at work, and everyone's saying "let's go, let's go,
Yeah.
let's go," and I'm like, "Oh, dude, what the fuck?"
And you know, funnily enough, I was that guy at one of my jobs. I was the "let's go" guy, and then it caught on, and then like, because it's a positive emotion to have, because you get to work, you don't want to work, like, you're in a terrible mood, and then you hear someone yell "let's go," and then you kind of get pumped up, and then you actually make it through the workday.
Yeah.
It's infectious.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It's a small aid for work.
Yeah, you know, it can get you through it.
Yeah, it really does. But yeah, man. Moral of the topic, previous topic was haggle down that car price.
Oh yeah.
And be clever with it.
Yeah.
Be clever with it. Have fun. Not have fun with it, but like be smart about it. You know?
Yeah, be smart about it.
Be
like,
a fiend.
You know, like think like look down on your, like, look at yourself talking to the car salesman, envision that, and like, you know, frame the conversation in that way to where you save money, because like just having a conversation differently and you save hundreds of dollars, what? You know, that's what they used to do in the old days. Like they would haggle like, all right, so 3 chickens for your cow, or I don't know.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, no, 2 chickens.
All right, bet.
And then it's like, nah, 3.
Yeah, dude. So like,
Or like 2 chickens and a dozen eggs.
Nah, dude. All right, so like, there's a podcast that I frequent called Kind of Funny, and like, if you guys watch it, no, that's a podcast that I recommend you guys like check out. Like, Kind of Funny is the shit. So like, they recently got like 700 cases of LaCroix, and yeah,
700.
Yeah, 700, because like they wanted some contest, some Instagram contest, and they're the office space that they use is above a comic book shop. And so they were talking about like Avengers, and they were like, hey, you know, we should haggle with the comic book store and see how many cases of LaCroix they want for like for Thanos' power glove, or Captain America's shield, or for Thor's hammer or something like that. Yeah, so like they legit like went down and like talked to them. It's fucking funny.
And yeah,
haggle your way through life.
Yes, dude. Like
Haggle.
Just don't just agree to everything right away, you know. Worst they can do is say no.
Exactly.
Like a lot of the time.
Yeah, man.
And especially with the car shopping process, go to another damn dealership if it doesn't work out. It's that easy. It's that easy. Like, I mean, worst case scenario, you end up like driving around more, losing a couple hours, whatever, but like you save hundreds. And if you're smart and if you're buying like more expensive cars, you save thousands.
You really do.
You can.
You really do.
Like I ended up saving thousands just because I was hungry. Like it was actually, yeah, like I ended up saving like roughly 2,000 just because I was really hungry.
Nice.
And I like finessed it in a way where I didn't bring the car with me. Like he thought like I was making an excuse to leave. So yeah,
That's smart. But yeah, man, to end things, dude, that was a fucking good podcast, man.
Yeah, you know, we're pretty much done here.
Yeah, it was a good episode.
Yeah, you know, the energy is always nice, dude. Like, I'm an overthinker. I'm sure a lot of people listening to this are too. It's a thing that happens in life. But as the podcast goes on, I'm just, it's therapeutic.
It really is.
It really is.
It really is.
This is therapeutic for me.
It really is, man.
So
it's tight, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Cause like Krebs, like, I don't know. I felt like he was in a different mood, and like your mood kind of shifted to a different way. And I was like, all right, cool. Back.
It happens, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And like sometimes like I'll just be out of it, but like I'm really glad like when I'm myself, basically. which this podcast helps me be.
That's great, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like it's something that can it's an outlet.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
as we said before, it's an outlet.
Yeah.
It's an outlet.
And so I guess to end everything, you know, we want to thank everyone for tuning in,
Yes, sir.
everyone that's listening to this at this point. And as you guys saw before, like, we will actually, you know, go in depth and talk about questions we get here. So hit us up. Hit us up with them questions. Like,
Yes, sir.
Straight
Yes,
up.
sir. Yeah, like if you have, you know what, like we'll probably make it a habit where we'll like if you guys do ask questions in the comment section or in the Facebook post, you know, we'll probably take one question like at the end,
Yeah.
and like, you know,
Break it down.
like a really quick like 2-3 minute
Yeah.
answer, something like that. And so we can have that more interaction with you guys and be more involved with the people, with our listeners, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so-
literally.
So yeah, man, like I really enjoy and I look forward to do these things with you, man.
Same here,
And
man.
yeah, man, the next few episodes, well, not few episodes, the next episodes are gonna be tight, man.
Yeah, and I suppose we're looking into who we're gonna bring on as a guest.
Yeah, man. So next one we have a couple of guests that we have
Lined
our eye on. So
Yeah, Ryan.
we'll make that announcement when whenever we post this.
Yeah.
Well,
Around
around like in between the time between this post and the time we record, which is next Wednesday.
Yeah.
So like maybe on a Monday or Tuesday or day before, something like that. So yeah, so be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, and you know, we post updates about this podcast on our Twitters, so it doesn't hurt to follow us.
You know what? I need to do that. I need to do that more often.
You know,
I need to do that more often.
Yeah, I don't really talk about the podcast that much on my Twitter, but like anyone can hit me up about it on there, and like anything I talk about on here, I'm always down to talk about in more depth. Like especially because I work one job that's especially passive. I don't mind like if someone hits me up with a question like, you know, like if someone DMs me a specific question about like, hey, like I got into this car accident, blah, 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 I'll like sit down and, you know, help them with it, you know?
Yeah, likewise, you know, I'm constantly busy, but you know, if you send me a message about a question, like I recently had a gym question from the boy PK. You know,
Ooh,
yeah,
let's go.
he was like, boy, like, dude, I was looking to be a gym rat. You know, what are the first steps that I should do? That I should take to do that.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm a busy guy. You know, if you guys do message me, you know, I apologize. I do suck at messaging back. I'll take maybe like a day or a couple hours, but I'll do it. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And but yeah, man, I answered his question. I was like, yeah, dude, like, you know, look up and go to this website for a beginner's workout. Get your ass in the gym, increase your caloric intake, and then look up resources on YouTube. And I named him a couple YouTube channels, and so he can be along his way to be a gym rat.
Yeah, dude, because I mean that's the bulk of it. Like they gotta go out there and learn about it themselves, because there's a lot to learn.
It's its own experience, but
yeah,
man, that concludes episode 3, man.
The RC podcast.
The RC podcast.
I like it.
The RC podcast.
I really like it.
Yeah, once again, if you guys have questions or anything like that, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And if you guys have any questions for us or any suggestions or any feedback towards the podcast, and I feel like someone's food is done.
Yeah.
And any feedback or anything like that, feel free to message Devin or I to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because we really want your feedback and what you guys think. So.
And look out for next week for another podcast on some real conversations.
Yes, sir. But on that note, I'm going to sign off.
Peace.
Peace.